Hey Aries, all my Aries sun, moon, rising, Venus. If you look at your birth chart, and you're like, dang, I got a whole bunch of planets in my first house. This could resonate for you. Now, remember Aries is a fire sign. Take this how it resonates. All of my readings are timeless. So regardless of what planets or moons come up in the reading, just know that it could apply at any time of your life. And if you want to get more to the story, you can look at your other aspects. So what I'm seeing right here is that the next full moon, whenever you watch this, the next full moon could be very significant to you. For those of you that don't really know a lot about the moon, the full moon is when you're seeing something. You're seeing the harvest that you've planted, or you're seeing your weeds. That's how I interpret it. You're either seeing the weeds of something that you need to take and eliminate out of your life, or you're seeing the fruits of the labor that you have already planted. It just depends. It's all about your perspective. What have you been doing? And the moon always is on that 6-month cycle when we're dealing with full moon and new moon. So if you're watching this, we're about to enter into the full moon in Taurus. So these could be things that took place in Taurus season. But whenever you're watching this, whatever the full moon is in, go back to that sign. So for example, if the full moon is in Taurus, go back to Taurus season. And kind of look what have you done in the last 6 months? Even if you don't even know anything about the moon, what have you been focusing on for the last 6 months? For some of you guys, you might realize that you've been around the wrong people. And I hate to use the term right and wrong, but with the wolf spirit, there's sometimes the wolf spirit to me is the energy of, first of all, 13. When you add 6 and 7, it's 13, and that goes down to 4. So 4 can be like you've been grounded. Maybe you've been feeling stagnant or stuck. And you could have been around people that you're like, man, this ain't my type of environment. Like, for some of you, it could be like, I don't like working in this environment. I don't like being around these people. I want to be around, or it's kind of like I'm getting the energy of like outgrowing your circle for some of you, outgrowing the pack. There could be just like a job that you've outgrown. It could be a mentality that you've outgrown. It could be a relationship you've outgrown, but it's something that like the energy of stagnancy is kind of like releasing. And we have been in this quarantine, depending on when you're watching this, but it's just kind of like, maybe there's like in a professional sense, you're like, I'm going to work for myself because I'm going to be the lead by example with that wolf spirit. Like the wolf isn't afraid to go out on its own. And it's like it's kind of like telling the story of like, you saw something you didn't really like. You might have been like, oh, I can do that better. I can do this on my own. Aries is a very like, it's number one. So it's like, Aries is always going to look out for itself and how it feels. So maybe you left some sort of work environment. I'm getting work vibes, but it could have been relationship. You just have to take it how it resonates. But the divine is like, look back, turn around, hit pause, and look back 6 months and look what you've learned. What have you learned in the last 6 months? Because I feel like you guys are about to attract an opportunity to utilize what you've learned. Nothing is ever wasted. So if you're feeling like that the mentality needs to shift because something's coming in. Now, for some of you guys, it could be experience that makes you feel like, wow, I don't have enough. Wow, I can't believe I'm in this situation. But for others of you, depending on the work that you've been doing, it's going to be either way. But the goal is to get to the higher vision of yourself, the higher vision of your life, is to live a more intentional life. And I say that because we have the High Priestess. Some of you guys could be really, really having more spiritual experiences than you normally have. Like maybe you were just kind of living every day, like, I do this, I do that. Like I go to work, I come home, I hang out with the same people. And now it's like you could be elevating in your business to another platform. You could be dealing with the Pisces as well. You could be attracting in a spouse that's more spiritual. But what I'm really seeing is because it's like you're elevating what you want for your life. Like the everyday life is just not going to work for you. This doesn't mean that you're going to be a tarot reader or, something like really woo-woo. But this is about like your purpose. Like the 9 to 5, this whole energy of this 4, the 4 of Pentacles talks about lack, not having enough, like working a job just to pay the bills. I feel like you guys are expanding from just a little bit into what you really want. So this is kind of a confirmation to go after what you really want, even if no one supports it, even if no one really is backing you, because I see it working out really well. And with the Sun card, 19 is 10. So I see you ending some sort of cycle once you get out of a lack mentality of like, oh no, I can't make that much, or oh, I have to do this. This is not about being impulsive, Aries. This is about being willing to go it alone to see the larger vision of your life. And you see how she's looking at the moon? I always say that you feel the sun and you look at the moon. You go outside and you're like, wow, the moon's so beautiful. If you look at the sun, you'll go blind. But in this situation, the divine's asking you. It's almost like maybe you've been avoiding. It almost looks like she's covering her ear too. So kind of block out what other people are thinking and saying. And just kind of like, if you want to do something radical, Aries, go ahead and start envisioning it. Start speaking it into existence. Start kind of getting in the energy of looking at it and envisioning it. And then other stuff might fall off and there might be a period where you're by yourself for a while. But I see that whatever you're wanting to come into fruition, it's like gonna happen because you manifested it. Now there's always parts that you have to play, but I really see you creating something really beautiful for your life. So if you've ever been, some of you guys might be having dreams, some of you guys might be seeing signs, but this could really, I feel like your life is about to open up in a new way. So kind of block out everyone else's opinions and just kind of focus on the bigger vision of your life, and I see it coming into fruition for you guys. So Aries, this was so beautiful. Like, you guys are expanding in such a huge way, walking in your purpose, finding balance. Like, this is really beautiful. If you'd like to book a personal reading, all my information is down below. If you're watching this on YouTube, please be sure to comment, like, share, and subscribe if this resonates with you, and I'll see you guys in the next video.